Okay, let's dive right into this explainer by addressing the massive elephant in the boardroom. Literally, everyone is rushing to acquire AI right now. It's basically a modern gold rush. But, having the tool isn't enough anymore because your competitors have the exact same tool. So, how do you actually pull ahead? Today, we're unpacking a concept called mastering AI coordination.
Now, what's really interesting about this idea is how it completely shatters the current hype loop. The next edge isn't actually AI. That statement immediately forces us to reevaluate our entire strategy, right? We have to stop looking at AI as this magic wand and start treating it as raw capability that requires intense, careful management. So, the source material makes a really brilliant pivot here, revealing that the true paradigm shift isn't the technology itself, but the coordination of that technology. I mean, think about it in human terms. Having a dozen specialist geniuses sitting in a room means absolutely nothing if they refuse to talk to each other. AI coordination is all about the interconnected workflow of your systems operating perfectly in sync, rather than just acting as isolated little tools scattered across different departments. That connection, that is exactly where the magic happens. You can actually think of this whole process like a high-speed relay race. Your momentum, your energy, which in this case represents your data and processing power, has to be seamlessly passed from one stage to the next. It is highly, highly dynamic. Because if one system drops the baton, well, the whole workflow just halts. Coordination acts as that invisible thread pulling these completely separate entities into one powerful, unified motion.
Let's break this framework down into 5 distinct steps. And as we go through this, treat each phase as a crucial baton pass in your own operational relay race. We've got sharing information, aligning intelligence, coordinating actions, executing seamlessly, and ultimately delivering better outcomes. If you want to transform those isolated AI experiments into a genuine advantage, this is the exact sequence you've got to master. Starting right at the very beginning of our sequence, sharing information. This is the absolutely vital first step. Because before AI can actually be smart, your data has to be democratized. It has to be accessible. You simply cannot coordinate what you can't see. Establishing this baseline basically means breaking down the silos between your teams and your tech stacks. It's the essential groundwork for literally everything else. Moving right along, we have aligning intelligence. This is where those historically disjointed AI tools must mesh together, kind of like a well-oiled machine. And hey, it's not just about AI talking to AI. It's really about systems and human teams totally syncing up their objectives. You're taking all that raw data you just shared in step 1, and you're turning it into a unified, actionable strategy. If those parts don't catch, the machine simply doesn't move forward. Then we hit the crucial turning point, right in the middle of our relay, which is coordinating actions. Here is where we map out the exact routes our newly aligned intelligence is going to take. It's where theory becomes highly practical logistics. You're creating these interconnected workflows, translating your high-level strategy into deliberate, routed actions. You're making absolutely sure the right insights get to the right tool at the exact right moment. And that brings us to the 4th phase, executing seamlessly. Look, all this previous coordination we just talked about, it exists solely to ensure absolute precision when it's finally time to act. It's the culmination of those perfectly timed handoffs. When your systems communicate flawlessly, your execution shouldn't feel chaotic or clunky at all. It should hit the strategic goals dead center, every single time, without any friction whatsoever. Which brilliantly leads us to the final step, delivering better outcomes. Because let's be real, the end goal of implementing AI isn't just to proudly tell people you have AI, right? It's to drive measurable business growth. Coordinated execution directly translates into higher efficiency, more revenue, and way better customer experiences. It's the ultimate, tangible proof that connecting your systems actually pays off. When you look back at the full picture of this process, there's a really key detail to remember. All of that abstract digital AI momentum finally has to land as a tangible, scheduled reality. It takes AI completely out of the realm of science fiction and drops it right into your daily operations, your project timelines, and your team's actual deliverables. It becomes real. So, what does this all mean for us? Well, as you look at your own workflows and the tech you rely on every single day, you've got to ask yourself one absolutely vital question. Are you just using AI, or are you actually coordinating it? Seriously, think about the disconnected tools you're using right now and how you might build pathways to link them up.
because the future undoubtedly belongs to those who don't just own the smartest tools, but who completely master the art of making them work together as one unstoppable force.